about you? Do you feel the temperature slightly different? I know, right? I know,
Pretty
right?
intense right here with them having arguments and trying to
They
make
let
their
off
points known.
too much steam in the first set.
Indeed.
And I'm a little curious what will be the fate of us in the studio with this set of debaters who are seated already. Welcome is the second set of debaters for today who will be looking at the motion. The use of CCTV surveillance should be mandatory in all schools. And I am the moderator, Kimberly Wachuku.
My name is Itodo, the timekeeper. We'd like to give a shout out to our sponsors of the I Beg to Differ debate season 2. It's day 4 today. In case you missed out, you can go onto our YouTube and Facebook pages to catch up. We have Hamzat Lawal of Connected Development and Follow the Money as one of our major sponsors. We also have Happiness Computers, 313 Bureau de Change, Collier Angel, and Creative Fingers Cakes and Bites in Life Camp.
All right. They've ensured that we get things moving for the debate. And our judges in the green room, Majid Dahiru, researcher, columnist, and tech team lead of Luxterra Leadership Foundation, Irene Bangwell, the co-founder, NOSC 100 Naira Day School in Kuje. We also have Fidel Castro as our judge in the green room. And we have Olivia Osai with us, who's going to be our Diction judge for this set of debaters. So, if you're ready, Abuja, we are ready. Our debaters are wearing a smile, surprisingly. So it will be
That's a good sign.
Yes,
it means
it
they are
is.
ready to rumble.
Indeed, indeed. Not in the jungle, though, because this is a studio. Okay, so we have our...
FAVOUR Ayomide from Government Science Secondary School, Maitama.
All right, then. And then we have Deborah Malachi.
From Government Science Secondary School, Tungamaji.
All right, and you will welcome. You'll be looking at the use of CCTV surveillance should be mandatory in all schools. Let's just set the stage. 3 minutes for your presentation. 3 minutes each for your rebuttal. 3 minutes for your closing. Once you're done with that, our diction judge will point out some of your grammatical errors and your diction flaws, or where she feels like you maintained it, and our judges will turn in the result. If by some chance it's a tie, we get another runoff. Until we get a winner, we're not leaving the studio.
So do your best to impress, and you have 3 minutes. Once you hear the bell, you start. Once you hear the bell, you stop, but you can finish before the time that is allotted to you. Right?
So, who is supporting the motion that the use of CCTV surveillance should be mandatory in all schools? You have a piece of paper in front of you.
I'm supporting the motion.
You are supporting the motion, and you are?
I beg to differ.
All right. So, our FAVOUR Ayomide supports the motion. Am I getting it right?
Yes, ma'am.
And Deborah Malachi begs to differ. All right, then. So, we're going to start off all round with our FAVOUR Ayomide.
Can I get a minute?
A minute
Yes.
to put your thought together?
Yes.
All right. A minute you will get. Let's look at some comments on WhatsApp from the previous debate as the timekeeper looks at the second tick until she's ready. All right. I guess we did not prepare for a minute, right?
No, exactly. It's not a usual request from you.
Take your time, take your minute. We'll get the comment out in a bit.
A shout out to Bright Aware, who is watching live right now on the YouTube page. You can catch up on YouTube and Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja, where we stream all the debates. They are sectioned according to the debaters and in groups. So if you missed out the first group, just go back to the YouTube page. You watch. If you missed day 1 or day 2 or day 3 even, you can still catch up and still be a part of some of the thoughts that were shared by the debaters. Yes.
And just so you know, it's not a long thread of video. Once we finish with the first set of debaters, we end that video and then we start afresh with the new set of debaters, so that some people are asking, they seem a bit lost, like, oh, I just finished one, but I can't continue it. Well, that's what happened. Refresh and you see the new one streaming and you go.
All right, 1 minute is over. We give you an extra second to put your thoughts together, and we are good to go. Are you ready now? All right, your time starts now.
Picture a school that is safe. When you walk into the school, you feel protected. A school that prioritizes the students' welfare over every other thing. With this, I say good day to my esteemed judges, diligent moderator, timekeeper of precision, co-debater, and my attentive audience. My name is FAVOUR Ayomide from Government Science Secondary School, Maitama, and I stand this day to propose the motion that states the use of CCTV surveillance should be made mandatory in schools. While it is a general view that CCTV surveillance have this what they call the privacy intrusion on students and teachers, it is of an inductive view that people feel better, secure when they are in a safe environment, when everything is aligned in place. You know, there have been several cases of what they call intrusion into schools. We have the Chibok girls, the Kano Secondary School, which I believe we all know about. There are a lot of cases which I cannot fully mention in this place right now. This is something that can prevent what we call ugly occurrences from happening in the schools. Secondly, the government have been taking effective measures towards this what we call terrorism occurring in mostly the northern part of Nigeria. Imagine there were surveillance systems in the case of Chibok girls. Girls that have not been released, still held captive, are large in number. Sitting here to say that CCTV surveillance should not be mandatory in schools is like giving logics without any implement. Thirdly, it supports the rapport between student and teacher relationship. When there is surveillance system, people feel like they are understood. Things are made clear by what you call substantial evidence. There is equality in, there is a level of clarity, a high level of clarity. Then we have the point that says, talking about this, what you call cyberbullying and vandalism. When there is strong evidence, there is better approach to cases. When things like it, we also have this, what they call random attacks. When there is, let's say, you have what they call natural disaster, right? And then you have what they call the one due to your own, when you don't prepare, when you don't, from the one coming from the negligence of humans, like when you call about fire outbreaks, there is better responses when there are people in the watchroom observing what is going on. It helps to foster response to. Thank you.
Okie dokie. That was our FAVOUR Ayomide from Government Science Secondary School, Piakasa Maitama, with our opening. And we now turn to Deborah Malachi to give us her opening.
And your time starts now.
Diana Rivage says, and I quote, CCTV surveillance in schools undermines the very value we seek to instill in our children: trust, autonomy, and respect. As a well-brought-up African child, I must give honor to whom honor is due. Good morning, the chairman, panel of judges, timekeeper, co-debaters, ladies and gentlemen, listeners and viewers. My name is Malachy DEBORAH from Government Science Secondary School, Tungamaji, and I'm here to oppose the motion which states the use of CCTV surveillance should be mandatory in all schools. I disagree. CCTV, also known as closed circuit television, is a system of camera that is used to show and record video images about a particular place. Now, making it mandatory in all schools firstly invades the privacy. Most students do not accept or appreciate the fact that they are being monitored, especially in schools, including the teachers. It has broken the law of humanity, which states rights to privacy. In 2019, in the United States of America, a student sued her school for installing the use of CCTV in her classroom. And of course, that is invasion of privacy. More so, inequality distribution of resources. Making CCTV mandatory in all schools increases expenditures. Imagine a school that lacks basic educational needs. Now, enforcing that kind of law, don't you think it has made them lose economic balance, and especially when the educational aspect is lacking? Furthermore, false insecurity. CCTV has given everyone a false hope of, because there's CCTV camera, it has been installed. Should I tell you that technology devices are not prepared, are not designed for one person? The truth of the matter is that it is a potential for cyber security breaches. In 2020, a district in the United States of America suffered cybersecurity breach, which their data and information about the students and teachers were compromised. Now, is that what we want for our students who are trying to gain education? Our students were sent to school to gain foreign education and not to be monitored by some kind of device. In addition, CCTV, the misuse of the videos gotten from CCTV can lead to bullying, harassment, and blackmailing. In 2020, a teacher in India was sued to court and arrested for using a video footage he got from the CCTV to harass and bully a student. Now, how has that impacted positively in the education system? More so, the cost of CCTV now is high. Do you know how much one standard quality CCTV costs? It costs over 350,000 naira. Now, imagine schools that lack standard books in their library, do not have sufficient equipment in their... Thank you.
Felt like Deborah was just getting started and the bell went off.
Indeed.
All right then. So we've had their individual opening presentation, and where the judges are nodding and putting the numbers together, would give them 30 seconds. And this time I'm looking at our FAVOUR Ayomide. You don't need a minute, right? This one is 30 seconds because we're getting to the rebuttal round and you will start this one. Are you ready for that? Okay.
Okay. And your time starts now.
All protocols duly observed. I remain our FAVOUR Ayomide from Government Science Secondary School, my timer. My opponent made mention of the privacy intrusion. Dear Deborah, CCTV installation is not meant to intrude on the privacy of students. It is for security. It is for protection. It is an assurance of safety. She also made mention. Nextly, she also made mention of the misappropriation of resources. Cause when more money is directed towards the safety of students, we have the deletion of this need of restoration of lost life and properties, lost implements in the school, and all those things. You know, these points she also made on the security, on cyberbullying. There's what we call encryption of data. When CCTV footages are better encrypted, there's what we call prevention of the risk of leakage. The misuse of CCTV footage was also mentioned by my opponent. This point is actually critical because misuse of CCTV footage will not occur when CCTV footage are not leaked. So building on this, I move on to the next thing she mentioned. There was actually no other thing she mentioned. So, furthermore, we have the case of this parental trust. When there is CCTV in schools, there is what is called parental assurance that is readily offered to the parents that their students are in safe hands, in good hands. We also have this reduced bullying tendency and other criminal activities. This implies that CCTV installation is a deterrent to criminal acts from students and even to outsiders that are coming to invade the school. We have this. The government should also, this case of where this case where students and teachers can be misunderstood is a general view. But I would say that when there is a clear directive on the use of CCTV, there will be better management. Then we have this. The point, focusing on the points that she also mentioned on. Thank you.
All right, we Favour Ayomide ran out of time to focus on more points, so we turn to Deborah Malachi for her rebuttal.
And your time starts now.
I'm back again. In order to counter what you've said, do you know that CCTV can be hacked? Do you know that evidence you claim that CCTV can produce, do you know it can be compromised? The students you are trying to secure with that gadget, do you know that they can actually be the ones to hack that device? Now, you still help to fight him. Do you think CCTV on its own is independent? It depends on human strength. If I ask you to sit behind the CCTV system, monitoring every day, monitoring what is going on, will you be able to sit there? Won't you feel bored? Won't you feel tired? Isn't it too stressful? When CCTV itself cannot save its information from getting hacked, why should you not take the risk of letting it secure our students? Let me tell you that our most precious asset in this world is our students, and putting such device as what you claim security is fallacy. It is not meant for children. A school is a free learning ground for them to explore, to innovate, to create, to know who they want to be, and not for them to be monitored. Now, let me tell you something. In case you don't know, statistics have proved that 85% of children, in fact, 85% of students that graduate being monitored turn out to be lawbreakers, thugs. And is that what you want for yourself? Okay. You also say that it assures security with CCTV surveillance. Well, do you expect the CCTV camera to grow legs and hands, come down and rescue you? It does not in any way secure our children. It does not in any way reduces violence and bullying. If it can't protect itself, then how then can it protect our students? And also technical issues. Making CCTV mandatory in schools, do you think they have the resources to maintain it? Maintaining it is another aspect. Buying it is one thing, but maintaining it is continuity. Do you think you have the resources to maintain it? And let me tell you, this technology can actually develop fault, and their fault is sometimes frustrating. Let me ask you a question. If your parents will monitor you with a device, will you be comfortable? They monitor your coming in, your going out, what you do, what you say, what you eat. Will you explore? Will you be pleased? Same method applies to schooling. It affects the students psychologically. In fact, mistrust begins to grow within them. They no longer develop respect. They lose trust. They lose in the teacher.
Acquiring evidence. CCTV gives them it's actually how it's like complements students and teacher relationship, how they rapport together, because there is this assurance that there will be no misinterpretation of their relationship. You mentioned the case of the Indian teacher who misused CCTV footages to harass female students. Now, when he misused that CCTV footage, do you believe that there was no, do you believe that tracking the steps of the recording and tracking the steps of students is irrelevant? Do you believe that watching them to ensure that they are okay and all right and satisfied in all their endeavors is something that should be ignored? This is something that is very important. It is something that should be enforced in all secondary schools, all schools actually, immediately. It is something that will make our country better, something that will make schools a better place for education and learning. There will be no like, how do you expect students to learn in an environment where they don't feel safe and protected? It is not to build anxiety in students, it's actually to reduce their fear of being attacked, their fear of being intimidated within their learning environment. It creates a better learning space for students, a place where creativity is made better, a place where they are better understood, even for the staffs, so they don't get misinterpreted, they don't get misunderstood. CCTV footage creates a safer environment.
All right, that is the closing by our FAVOUR Ayomide from Government Science Secondary School, Pierre Kassa Meitama. You've got all your opportunities and you've made your presentation. We'll now get to hear the final from Deborah Malachi. She gives us a closing.
And your time starts now.
Before I proceed, may I correct you? The Indian teacher didn't use the video footage to harass female students. I said he used the video footage to harass students, so I wasn't specific. Now, moving on. You said CCTV cameras help students to have sense of security to avoid being attacked. Now, should I bust your bubbles? When they want to hack the CCTV, they can make it look real, but in the real world, they are destroying what you think you are building. Yes. Now, do you know that schools that use CCTV cameras can make the students live double lifestyle? Yes, they breed particular set of students we call hypocrites. Now, when you are being monitored, because you know you have the mindset that I'm being monitored, I can just pretend. They're not allowing me to do what I want to do, so I can just pretend when I go out, I'll do what I want to do. So they become hypocrites. Now, would you prefer students being hypocrites than being who they are? Won't you let them create their own paths for themselves, rather using some kind of device, some kind of technology to monitor, and then giving them false hope that you're just using it to secure them, make them feel safe, give them a conducive place for learning? A school is a free place for learning, not a monitoring space for learning. Do not keep the students in a cage of monitoring. Let's allow them explore whatever they want to explore. Monitoring them is not the best thing to do, especially using the device. And let me tell you something, the hands of our protection is not dependent on some kind of device like the CCTV. Our protection does not depend on the cameras. It depends on our relationship with God. So even with the CCTV, kidnappers can enter inside, just hack it, and then it will look, these people behind the CCTV system will look as if, yes, everything is normal, but right there, they are destroying, taking whatever they want to take. So it does not guarantee 100% assurance of security. Another thing is that one thing with CCTV, if you can't maintain it, then there's no use. Maintenance, it needs maintenance. I would have gone on and on, but time will not permit me. In conclusion, the use of CCTV surveillance should not be mandatory in all schools. I leave you with the words of Liam Stone. Let us create schools that are sanctuaries of trust and not surveillances of prisons. Let's create an embossed student that can stand up to themselves, defend themselves, and not prisoners that are hiding under the mindset of being protected by a device. Thank you. I rest my case.
All right, case rested on both sides. I think from those who support the use of CCTV surveillance should be mandatory in all schools, and the one who begs to differ on this. So let's get Diction judge's opinion here, Olivia Osai, in terms of their tenses, their diction, and all. What do you think?
I must commend them. Very, very strong points, very engaging. And also your pronunciation on both ends was amazing. In fact, I must say immaculate even. Well, however, we still have some words that were mispronounced.
And I'll start with you, Deborah. So you may want to look up for some words like develop. That word is develop and not develop, like you said. Basic is another word, basic. And the word education. Lots of students mispronounce that word often. So you look out for that word, education. And aside these words, you did absolutely well, Deborah. Well done. Great job. Favor for you, we have words like measure. Okay, I overheard you saying measure. The government should take such measures. Okay, so that word is measure. Then the word staffs. You said staffs. That word, it doesn't come in its plural form that way. Whether it's plural or singular, you're saying staff. Okay, or you could say staff members. Other than that, beautiful presentation from both ends, and the diction was immaculate on both ends as well.
Right.
All right, we'll wait for the outcome from the judges. Let's look at comments here.
Okay, it's raining comments on our YouTube platform. If you're not there right now, you are missing out. It's a debate between Maitama and Tungamaji, where they're both students from each school, as mentioned. Do what you know how to do best is what Awe Modukbe says. They evidently dominated from Arum Stephen. And okay. I'm seeing the people giving their various points as
Well,
to...
they're giving your point. The judges are doing their thing.
Exactly.
It will not affect final results.
Exactly.
Favor gathered her thoughts before opening her mouth, says Brighter Where. And Semo says, in the abroad, Dubai, I know very well you receive fine for not having CCTV in your school or registered business office. Joseph Adiremi says, truly CCTV serves as a deterrent. Ola Lawa says, away Favor right on. And Semon says, harassment by the Indian staff is as a result of a lack of incompetence and should be penalized at the end of the day. So people are debating the point that you argued
You've
on
raised,
and also
yes.
giving their own interpretation of it, which is keeping the conversation quite engaging on social media.
Officer is right here already. Returning officer in blue. Beautiful as always. Good to see you in good time.
Somi is our returning officer, and she brings us words from the green room on the final verdict today. So, there we have it from the judges. All three of them. Majid, Irene, Fidel Castro. And we get to find out what they think about the presentations today. Looking at the motion, the use of CCTV surveillance should be mandatory in all schools. We'll start with the result of our FAVOUR Ayomide, who supported the motion. She's from Government Science Secondary School, Piakasa Maitama. And for your presentation, you got a 3.5. For your rebuttal, you got a 6. In your closing argument, you got a 6. Your style earned you a 12, and in total, you got a 27.5. Deborah Malachi from Government Science Secondary School Tungamaje begged to differ, and in her presentation, she got a 9. In her rebuttal, she got an 8. Her closing, she earned a 7. Her style earned her 18. In total, 42 points. So this means that Deborah Malachi from Government Science Secondary School Tungamaje will proceed to the round of 16. Congratulations to you. And our sweet our FAVOUR Ayomide would, you take a bow at this point in time. But good thing you're 15, so hopefully by next year you'll still be qualified. And this time come with a bit more fire. It will be raging fire. We consume you guys, but not the studio. No, none of that. All right.
Good job, both of you. Well done. We look forward to having you back here again next year. And we wish you all the best.
Yeah. So we're done with the second set of debaters for today. And Little Miss Deborah Malachi gets to the round of 16. Well, you get to meet other hotheads over there. So I wish you the best as you prepare for the round of 16.
All right. Well, wait for our next group to come in. You can catch up on YouTube and Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja. We are also on X at Nigeria Info FM Abuja, Nigeria Info ABJ. That's the handle. You can search the station ID or the handle Nigeria Info ABJ to follow and still be a part of the conversation, getting updates as to the scores and what is happening right here at the Beg to Differ Season 2, Day 4. Let's look at some of our sponsors. Hamza Lawal of Connected Development and Follow the Money, one of our major sponsors. We also have Happiness Computers, 313 Biru the Shanj, Collier Angel, dealing on phone accessories and IT gadgets, and also Creative Fingers, Cakes and Bites in Life Camp.
All right, thanks to all our amazing sponsors and to the judges, Majid Dahiru, Irene Bangwell, and Fidel Castro, and to the entire team with Somi, the billionaire, and Benga. We say a very big thank you and joy, actually. So wrap it up for this set and welcome the next set of debaters. Would it be another face-off between Government Science Secondary School, Tungamaje, and Piakasa in the next set? I wonder. We'll find out in a bit.
Abuja, are you ready? I beg to...
This is Nigeria.